AM 560, The Answer.
You are listening to the show that's all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. Back on Get Down to Business, and I'm joined by Dwayne Hirsch of A&I Real Estate and a fantastic networker and a good friend. Dwayne, welcome to the program.
Hey, how you doing, Shalom? Thanks for having me.
I'm great, and it's great to have you because you are one of the most fantastic networkers and great giving people. You paid me a visit just a few days ago in Skokie, and you called it your networking adventure. Do you mind telling me what you did that day and why you do these networking adventures?
Yeah, what it was, I call it my solo networking adventures, and it's basically a day where I try to go out somewhere where either I don't know anybody or it's a place that I've never been, and just try to meet and connect with people and kind of see what happens. That particular day, I wanted, after having gone to Springfield with Jewish B2B on a networking trip with SBAC to do some legislative lobbying, I wanted to connect with some folks up in Skokie who had been on that trip because I was going to be in that area that day for a meeting in the evening. So I stopped in and I visited Illinois Nut and Candy with David Levin and tasted some great chocolate and some cotton candy and different things. Saw a little bit about what he does, supported his business, bought a few things, and then I wanted to have an opportunity to connect with you as well and have a conversation that we had never gotten a chance to have before. So for me, that was very beneficial. And look at us now. We're on the radio talk. So it worked out.
Solo networking adventure. I love it. And you know, we talk on this show about a lot of advice that we have for entrepreneurs. And the number one bit of advice that I have for everybody is it's all about relationships. And I know time is tough. And I know, Dwayne, I wish we had more time to spend together that day. But it's always great to see each other in person and build that relationship because it is called a relationship for a reason. You can't just send an email every once in a while. It is important every once in a while to get there in person. So loved your solo networking adventure. So Dwayne, do you mind telling our listeners what you do professionally?
Yeah, by day I'm a real estate broker, focused primarily in the Hyde Park area, Bronzeville down to the South Loop, but I'm really covering a lot of ground throughout the Chicagoland area, taking advantage of what we see as being a resurgent real estate market right now. And I also do a lot of working with the SBAC as an executive committee member and board member. Also work with the policy committee. And we've been working, as you know, very hard to help to get interstate equity crowdfunding brought to a reality in the state of Illinois, and that's obviously going very well. In fact, we were just alerted yesterday that we expect the Senate to have the full vote today. So we're hoping that happens.
It's really important work that the SBAC is doing, and I'm so privileged to partner with you, Dwayne, and with the entire team of the SBAC, and we'll get back to that in a moment. So you mentioned the resurgent real estate market. Are things really improving?
Yeah, a lot of areas are experiencing that improvement faster than others. Like, for instance, in areas like the South Loop, right now you have a condo market down there that's absolutely doing a lot better than it was, say, a few years ago. It's been increasing steadily. You have areas like Bucktown, Wicker Park, Ukrainian Village. Those areas are doing well. Hyde Park, Bronzeville are starting to really come up a lot. So you're just getting a lot more activity. And even in places where the market, say, hasn't totally improved in terms of values and equity, the fact that you have that activity tells you that's coming, and that people are starting to feel better. The overall sentiment about the real estate market is definitely improving, and that's a great sign for the future.
It sure is, and that's a feeder of the economy and on so many levels. So great stuff, and we're thrilled to hear that important update about the real estate market. So tell us a little bit more about the SBAC and the programming and the work that is being done really across the Chicagoland area and supporting the small business community.
Yeah, well, I am the host of the Hyde Park at Happy Hour, which we have every third Wednesday of the month in Hyde Park at the Hyatt Place Hotel. And the SBAC's work covers so much ground where we're going with interstate equity crowdfunding, obviously, is a big thing we've been working on now. We've been working on reducing LLC filing fees throughout the state. We've been working on initiatives and are starting to work on initiatives that deal with workers' compensation and just starting to cover all of these different issues that are so important to small business owners throughout the state. And it doesn't really relate to the side of town you're on. It's not specific to race or ethnicity. It's something that benefits anybody in the small business community that's actively engaged in trying to better their business and advance their life cycle and make things work for themselves and their families. And that's what's been so fun about it. It's just been an effort that really helps and covers everyone.
So lots of networking, lots of advocacy. There's so many great programs all over the place, and advocacy. Dwayne, you know what an advocate I am for interstate equity crowdfunding and lower LLC fees. In fact, I was just on with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson the other day talking with them about that as well. So we need as many ambassadors as we can, and good for you, good for the SBAC for coming up with so many partnerships and coalitions, and I'm thrilled to be a part of that. So Dwayne Hirsch, how can people get a hold of you if they want to learn more about your work in both real estate as well as your work in the small business community through the Small Business Advocacy Council?
Absolutely. You can reach me by telephone at 630-728-2414. I'm also available through Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter by my name, Dwayne Hirsch. That's DWAYNEHIRSCH. And I'm also available by email at bsnevents@gmail.com. That's B as in boy, S as in Sam, N as in Nancy, events@gmail.com. And I'm honored to have been on the show with you, Shalom. Thanks.
Fantastic, Dwayne. And final question, your favorite place for a cup of coffee in Chicago?
My favorite place for a cup of coffee in Chicago is the Broadfield Sip and Savor at 43rd and Vince Sands.
Okay. Well, they just got a plug on Get Down to Business. Dwayne Hirsch, thanks for joining us on the program. After the break, we're going to continue the conversation about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. Make sure you get in touch with our sponsors, Tandem HR. They're your solution center. You can call them at 630-928-0510. Get on their website, tandemhr.com. Don't touch that dial. You're listening to Get Down to Business.